Oh, there you go, my man. What you saying? You good?
What's happening, Ellis, mate? You good,
What's
brother?
happening, brother? You good, yeah?
That's see the new grills shining there, mate.
Can't really miss them, can you?
How are you feeling, though, brother? You good?
Listen, you need a pair of glasses for these chats, bro. Come on. How you doing,
all
mate?
good,
You been all right,
mate? Yeah, all good, brother.
Good
I was
man.
wondering, mate, if we could start it, you know, just taking it right back, mate, to where your fighting journey began. When did it all start out for you?
Yeah, of course, sure, yeah. We'll go right back to them, that's fine. Yeah, what do you want to know?
Like, when did you first get into fighting?
I first started boxing when I was 12. And I well, it's quite funny. I used to, I never used to be the man that I am today. Put it that way, right?
Yeah.
And I was sort of bullied at school. it's a stereotypical story for me. Yeah. So it's like my dad pushed me into boxing to be able to protect myself from bullies. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, and then I found love in the boxing, and I continued boxing for a good few years in a very, very good gym in my area. In a very good boxing club in my area, and which is called ABC ABC Woking Boxing Club, and they had very good boys in the gym at the time, and I was sparring number 2 in the UK at 12, 13, 14 years old, and he got me very, very, very good. So I took that the knowledge, the experience through. But the only thing is, you know, like I just thought that John Hick, yeah. See, John Hick's had 30 amateur fights. I haven't had any amateur fights, right?
Yeah.
So look at the performance that I displayed against a man that's had 30 amateur fights. I've had none, but I've trained always trained with the best. Always trained with the best, which is why I'm on this platform, because I'm so yeah. So that's from the beginning. When I was 18, 19 and that's like I started smoking and doing a few things that I shouldn't have. And then I met my new girlfriend who I'm with now.
Yeah.
And her dad is called Steve Bossett, and he's had 250 professional kickboxing fights. And he holds a show. It's called One More Round. And I went to prison when I was 20, and I'd just been released. I was remanded, and I got released because they found out that it wasn't me and all this, and this was for allegedly aggravated burglary. And then he runs a show called One More Round, and someone pulled out of a fight on that night, right?
Yeah.
And the geezer that pulled out was 3 weights above me, yeah, right. And Steve come over to me and said, "This is my missus' dad, my father-in-law, right?" He said, "Come on, Ellis, mate. Come on, mate. I know you're half cut already. I've had a couple of beers." He said, "Just jump in there for me, man. Fill the space in. Come on, this fight was supposed to happen. You know you can fight. You don't need to train for this guy. Come on, you know you can fight, because I've done pad work with him before. He knows I can have it, you know." So anyway, I jumps in the ring, right? This is where the bare knuckle game started for me. I jumps in there, right, half cut, had a pair of Air Maxes on, yeah, and then I had a pair of tracky bottoms on. I had no gum shield. This is a white collar show, yeah. No gum shield. I ain't done 1 ounce of training, but at this point it wasn't proper. It was just a little bit of padding on the knuckle. Remember, they did a little bit of padding on there. Yeah. So it was that, and anyway, I wasn't fit at all. In the first round, I was blowing. But I can send you a video. Maybe you can put it on this. I don't know. Maybe you can link it in. And on the second round, I hit it. I drew him into the corner, and I hit him with this right hand. I absolutely crippled this guy, yeah, with this right hand, yeah. And he crumbled, mate. And he was 3 weights above me, and he was like, he put his out. He said, "I've had enough. Yeah, Ellis has done me." And that was it. This guy trained for like 8 weeks, and I didn't even do no training. I'd done him with one good hard shot. Do you know what I mean? One good solid right hand. But so that's where the bare knuckle game started. And then what happened was someone took a video of that, and then that went viral, and I got like hundreds of thousands of views on that one punch, yeah. And then that's when BKB. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention them in this video. Am I allowed to?
Tell me.
So they reached out to me. They got in contact with me. They said, "Obviously you can fight. Obviously you can sell tickets. Yeah. Do you want to come and have a go on our show?" So yeah, me being like a dog on a bone, of course, why not? Let's go. You know, a bit of exposure. I've done that. I had a couple of goes on that, 2 goes. I got 2 wins. And then here I am now on BKFC, the biggest platform on the planet. You know, unfortunately, I lost my last fight, but I don't really class it as a loss, to be fair. I class it as a win because it was a great fucking battle, mate. You know what I mean?
Oh, what a fight, mate. And
What it?
there's no fucking shame as well, mate. I know it does get you a
Yeah.
bit, but there's no shame in losing to John Hick, mate. John Hick's a fucking
I know, mate. It's a very tough fight. And look, listen,
and it was a close fucking fight as well.
I mean, listen, we're talking 3 punches difference, man. 3-4 punches difference. That's how different it, you know. And to be honest with you, a lot of people don't know this, right? And I'm going to say it now. So they do know. I was in hospital 3 weeks prior to this. I didn't want to pull out of this fight. I wanted this fight so much. Yeah. I wanted to show people what I could do. I wanted to show the world what I could do. But the thing was, right, the manager that I was dealing with that got me in touch with BKFC, we agreed at the time, right from the beginning, right from the get-go, that I was going to fight at 68, 69 kilos. I've never fought any lower than that in my life. I've never had to cut down any lower than that in my life. And John Hick naturally walks about at about, I don't know, probably about 66 kilos. I walk about naturally at 74 kilos. Yeah? So I had to do the big weight cut all the way down to 66 kilos. And I've got solid muscle on my body. So, like, all I was losing was water. Yeah? So the day before, I lose about 5 kilo in the sauna. Yeah. And also 3 weeks before, I was in the hospital because I tried to weight cut so much. Yeah, that I was taking supplements like, like bone supplements because I was training so much to keep my bones short.
Vitamins and shit like that.
The vitamin stuff. But what I weren't doing was drinking enough water because I was trying to cut the weight, keep the weight off me. And then what was happening, it was all sitting in my liver. And the doctor said that you basically nearly fucking fucked yourself up. I've basically nearly done myself in, like because of the liver. You know, not flushing through the water, not flushing through and all that. So it was a really, really tricky time for me to, to cut in the weight and all that. And then the fight night, John Hick had it his way from the beginning. He wouldn't budge. I wanted to fight him at 68, 69 kilos. I reckon if I fought him at that weight, I reckon I could beat him. But because it was at his weight, he was more limber. It was easier for him. And he was in his comfort zone. I was out of my comfort zone. And I was willing to come out of my comfort zone. Yeah, so that shows my game list. That shows that shows who I am as a person. So there you go.
Yeah, definitely, mate. So what did you think going back to BKFC Wembley? What did you think about the whole situation, the production, the wins, everything like that?
I think they've done it amazing. I think they've done it absolutely amazing. I think it's incredible. Look, what BKFC have done is unbelievable. The way they do their shows is unbelievable, right? David Feldman is a nice guy. Replies to me when he wants to. But look, they've done it really good. So they've done it in a 5-star hotel in Heathrow, yeah, where there was a place where you can cut weight if you need to just before, yeah. So and there was a gym there and all that. Obviously, I wasn't going to be using the gym the day before my fight, obviously, but I was cutting the weight. The people are amazing. It was just a great setup. I do think I've got treated a little bit unfairly with a few things, but I don't want to mention them because I don't want to get myself in any trouble with them. I do want to continue fighting with them, but we're just get on with it. Look, at the end of the day, Conor McGregor takes losses, yeah? I took a loss, and I got to suck up like a man, and I got to move forward from here. It's not going to get no fucking harder than what that was, yeah? John Hick is probably the hardest fella that I'll ever fight in my life. Yeah, because he's solid, mate. Yeah, mate, 30 amateur fights. I mean, come on, man. I mean, look,
he's a very good boxer as well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a very good boxer, and I took him 5 rounds, so that means I fought him for 10 solid minutes, yeah? And no one was giving in. I come to that fight to win. I come not knowing he had 30 amateur fights, but that didn't bother me. That don't bother me. Yeah, because I'm a fucking my own animal, yeah? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so when you were when you said you had your bare knuckle debut, because it wasn't new for you though, was it? You've had a few fair play fights outside of the ring as well, haven't you?
Yeah, mate. Listen, I've been brought up around travellers since I was a kid. This is what got me into the boxing because the school that I went to, has the highest amount of travellers in the school and the whole of the UK. Yeah. Yeah, so you think I'm growing up around them, there's a big hierarchy going on. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like, you know, it's either eat or be eaten. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like literally, you know what the travellers are like, mate. They have you on your toes and take the piss. They toughen you up. And I'm very glad that I met travellers in my life because they toughened me up. I've had a lot of bare knuckle fights out in the streets, and I've beaten a lot of people. And I've had travellers on my side. I've fought against travellers. I've fought with travellers as my friends, like against other people. Like, and I've had a lot of one-on-one fights with travelling boys. Yes, I have. Yeah, loads. I've had a few tear-ups, mate. Put it that way.
Class. So the next outing, any news? Obviously, you won't be able to say the exact time or who you're fighting or anything, but there must be someone in your division, mate, who you want to fight. Got your eyes on that? Looks like a juicy fight for you.
I just want to fight anyone that's got a blue tick, man. Like literally, I want to take their whole profile. Listen, my skill set, yeah, is far more better than. Listen, put it this way, right? I'd love to any fighter would love to fight Chad Mendes, wouldn't they? Yeah, on this BKSC. Any fighter would love to fight him. I could get to his weight, no problem.
Biggest name in the league,
and he's the biggest name in the league at the moment in this thing, innit? So
yeah.
Chad Mendes, if you want to have, I don't even think he'd want it with me, mate. I've got to be honest with you, bro. I think he'd think, fuck me, this young, hungry lion, 24-year-old. I think do you know what I mean? He would have it all his way. They won't put me against him anyway because his profile's 10 times bigger than mine. It's not a matchable fight just yet. Once my profile's there, it could potentially happen. I'd like to fight Chad Mendes, but realistically, I'm in the UK. I'm going to be fighting in the UK BKFC. So, I mean, anyone with a blue tick, yeah? I mean, anyone that thinks that they can beat me, let them come to me, yeah? If anyone thinks that they can beat me, let them come to me. But we can have it. We can have it. Any man. I'll fight any man. Yeah, any man. It don't matter who it is. Whoever they offer to fight me, there'd be no refusal. It don't matter. I look at every man the same. If you breathe, if you shit, if you and if you can breathe, yeah, and you eat, you're human just like everyone else. So you can be taken down like a damn right fucking gazelle, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And that is what it is, boy. All right. And I'm letting you know. Okay. I will fight anyone. And that is it. Look, but yeah, like you said, who would I like to fight? I mean, I was looking at fighting. I don't want to throw no names about because I don't want to cause no trouble. But I was Chris Fishgold was thrown in the mixer. Who's the other guy? Ryan Carmichael now has been thrown in the mixer. Look, I haven't signed anything yet. Obviously, I've signed a contract for BKSC, but I haven't signed a fight contract yet with another fighter. But I have got a fight date, which is on the 25th of February, on that BKFC show. But I'm not going to say the name until I see the poster myself.
Yeah,
the poster's made. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. I've seen that you're on a little mission to get the old verified blue tick as well there. I've seen it on your Instagram.
Listen, right. So let me tell you about that a little bit. So all it is, my very good friend Tony Giles.
Yeah.
He's
just got it, hasn't he?
He's just got the blue tick, and he's linked me in with the same guy that does these blue ticks, right?
Yeah.
And I spoke to this guy on the phone, and he said to me, "You can get the blue tick. Yes, I've looked at your content. Yes, you can be eligible to have the blue tick." But he said there's a few things you got to do first. And he said that one of the things you got to do is create an OnlyFans account and link it into your bio to make your profile bigger for more views and all this. It's a lot of fucking. We haven't even created the own. Look, I'm not too fussed. Me and my missus have spoken about. I mean, creating an OnlyFans account is a bit extreme, man. Come on. I mean,
you can create an OnlyFans account and put training videos on there. It's not about all like nudity and that now.
Is it not just about that? Because
Conor Teely and that puts training videos on there and stuff. It's like a social media platform now, yeah.
Yeah. Oh right, okay. Because I saw obviously Conor Teely sponsored by OnlyFans, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I haven't looked into it enough. So now that I know that. Now I will actually create an account and I'll use it for that content only, not like nudity content because I don't like. Listen, I've got a missus, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't start swinging it about all over, do you?
Yeah, exactly. So
quality, mate. But
but,
go on, mate.
Go on. You tell me.
What's your plans for the future with the BKFC? Are you just going to chase the belt?
Look, I'm privileged enough to be on this platform, right? So that's one thing. Yes, I'll continue fighting. Look, I'm 24, so I would say my prime time is going to be 28. Yeah? By that sort of time, I would like a title fight. Yeah, by that sort of time, I'll probably about maybe 6 or 7 fights in the BKFC. Yeah? But look, everyone wants the same thing in this game. Yeah? It's who deserves it, though. Who deserves it? Yeah? Who deserves it the most? Right? Who's putting the most content up? You know, look, who's impressing David Feldman the most? At the end of the day, what's next for me? I haven't trained. I haven't started camp yet. Well, I don't want to let anything off. I haven't started camp yet, though. I will be starting camp after Christmas. But the geezer that I'm supposed to be fighting, I've seen a video of him, and he's not on my I personally think I'm gonna fucking do some damage, man. Like, I'm gonna reshape his face, big time. Like, he's got something bad coming. But I don't want to. I'm not a bully or anything like that. I'm just genuinely saying that I don't think he's on my level. But listen, he might be thinking the same thing about me. So we'll see what happens. He's had amateur fights as well, but he's not had as many as John Hick. And I know John Hick would bust him, but John Hick couldn't bust me. Yeah, so me and John Hick were toe to toe. So obviously, me and this other guy, I think I'm gonna wipe the floor with him, man. To be quite honest.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it all, mate. It's just getting so good now, and it's getting bigger. These events are more exciting.
That's what I'm saying, exactly. You know, but you know what? The hunger comes when I start training. You know, when I go into camp, I've learned in this game, if you start camp too early, you go into the fight fucked. If you start camp too late, you don't go into the fight good enough, right? So you've got to start at the right time.
At the right time, don't you?
You can only peak once. You can only peak once, yeah? So I want to peak at the right time, yeah? So there you go. Okay.
Yeah, class. You're just talking about your pal there, Tony Giles, as well. He's meant to be making his BKFC debut, isn't he?
I'm not too sure what's going on with Tony. I mean, I think he wants to fight on the show. I mean, he was supposed to fight on the last one, but his fight got voided. I'm not too sure why. I think it's because maybe he didn't. I don't actually know. I can't even remember, to be quite honest, why his fight got voided. I think it maybe one of his opponents didn't turn up, or he didn't turn up to something, or that was it. It was the medicals and all that Tony didn't go to, but he got them all done himself.
Yeah.
But BKFC arranged it through them, and then he didn't do it through them. But it's some madness like that, mate. Some madness like that. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, no worries, mate. And obviously, is the anything else?
What about you? Hold on, man. Let me ask you a question. So, whereabouts are you from in England?
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell your voice.
Up the borough.
So what brought you? Like, what? You're obviously the guy that does all the podcasts for BKFC UK. Yeah. I noticed that. You do a fucking good job at it, by the way. You are fucking quality at it. You've definitely got the voice for it. Like, so how did you get nominated for this? Tell me. Where have you come from? Like, you just popped up the scene out of nowhere, like literally. Like, do you know what I mean?
I've just I don't know, mate. Have you been doing this for have you been doing this for like a long time? No, I'd say about a year now.
Yeah. Because someone needed to do it, didn't they? Someone had to do it.
I mean, I think there was no one doing it. I'm a massive fight fan, so I thought, fuck it, I'm going to start my own podcast up.
Yeah, fucking right, mate. Fair play to you, mate. Yeah, well done. No, you've done the right thing because you're talking to people like me and David Feldman. So, you know, you've done a big thing, mate, and you've made a big move. And I'm telling you, mate, you're going to make some success. I'm actually going to pray for you for some success. And when I say pray, I do pray. I do pray. I pray every day. Every single day since I went to prison. So, part of that, and I put people in my head who I want to pray for, you know. So I'm one of them sort of people.
Yeah, I appreciate that, brother.
That's all right, my man. God bless.
Is there anything else that you want to share with us before we wrap the interview up, mate, or any shout outs and sponsors?
Yes, I would like to shout out. I'd like to shout out to Andrew Cudd, yeah, which is Cyprus Landscape Garden Services, yeah, who's sponsoring me at the moment. who's just recently paid me a nice amount of money to keep me afloat. And then also I haven't started training yet, so there's not really anyone I can shout out training wise. I just want to shout out to my family, really, to be honest, that have been there for me from the start, which is my Mrs. Alicia, and that's it, really. Yeah. So are we? I mean, are we done already? Are we?
No, I was just asking to see if you needed any shout out or big ups, mate. You can stay here all night if you want, bro.
Well, mate, I'll talk your ears off all night, man. Come on, listen, I talk all
Come on,
night.
what have you got to tell us? Come on.
Well, you talk. Well, look. Would you want to hear my story from start to finish?
Yeah, go on then.
Right. So when I was a kid, I was my dad had me when he was 21. My mum was 17, and she was too young to have me. There was some difficulties going through, so I got put into foster care. And then my nan and granddad stepped up and then took me on. So my nan and granddad raised me, and they've been like my mum and dad. I still talk to my mum and dad though. My mum and dad are two good, amazing people, and my nan and granddad are two amazing people. They didn't have to do what they've done, take on a child. You know what I mean? So imagine like you, and then someone coming with a baby to you, like, can you take this baby on? I mean, how much of a responsibility is that? It's unbelievable responsibility, isn't it? Yeah, but my nan and granddad are amazing people for that, and I'll shout out to them. And then so I grew up in that area, went to school in that area, and then it was I had a few tough. It was quite. I don't want to go into the details, but I had a few tough things as a kid, which is what I believe made me who I am today, a bare knuckle fighter, and mentally strong the way I am. So and then it's brought me to this day now, to you, talking to you. So yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah, it's good, mate. And I'm not just saying this because you're on the podcast, mate, but you're like a really exciting fighter. You're very, very good fighter, and it's great to see you on these shows and that you've got character. Do you know what I mean? You have all your
look. Put it this way, look. I want to bring something to the bare knuckle game that no one else brings to it, which is a flair, right? Which is different coloured hair, different way of talking, just different everything, Like, look, I want to turn heads. I want people to watch the show because I'm fighting on the show. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to build myself as a person up into this character. I get a lot of jealousy. People doubt me on my social media. People don't fucking like the way I am. Like, there's a lot of jealousy that goes about. People wish that they was in my position. They think that they deserve to be in my position, like fighting for BKFC, but they ain't put no work in. I mean, fuck me, I was literally training 3 times a day, like, for this. Do you know what I mean? And sacrifice work. I'd stop, and I didn't go to work no more just to do this. I made my own family suffer, must go without money, just to do what I loved, which was doing this, to fight on this platform, And now I've done it, so now I've sort of near on blown up a little bit, you know what I mean? But I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet, but I'll soon get there.
Yeah, the sky's the limit, mate, innit?
That's it. Exactly, the sky's the limit. That's what I believe in, mate. I truly believe in that.
And obviously, you're in with the right company now, the BKFC, push the fighters right and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly.
The exposure.
Now, once you're on that platform, that's it. You're only going to go up from there unless you fuck up for yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
that's what I mean. It's all down to yourself, innit?
Yeah, mate. Exactly that. Look, I can't let it go to waste. I've got a talent here. I'm a talented fighter. I've got a natural ability at fighting, so I'm going to use that. And look, at the end of the day, win, lose or draw, it don't matter. It's showing up, that's what counts, yeah? Showing up and fighting, that's what counts, right? And I tell you what, at the end of the day, when I'm an old man and when I'm 70 years old or whatever, and I've got a busted up face or whatever, but I've got grandkids to say that my great granddad was a fucking hard motherfucker. Yeah? Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where I'm coming from
Stories will live on forever, won't it? It'll just be generations and generations.
But the thing is, where I'm the youngest in the UK, signed by the BKFC. I think, or one of the youngest. I'm only 24. When this company peaks, I'll be about 28, 29. So that'd be great. I'm sure it's sort of peaking now. Like, It's massive. I mean, they're selling out in America already, aren't they? You know, some of their shows out in America completely sold out. I've seen it myself, my own eyes, man. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a great platform to be a part of. And do you know what? To this day, I still think in my head how have I managed to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But especially coming up, not having no amateur fighters or an amateur background. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think as well, I'm not just a good fighter, I'm a good talker. So I can talk my way into a situation as well. I'm a good salesman. So if you've got the talk of the talk and the walk of the walk, you're laughing.
Yeah,
Do you know
I've
what I
seen
mean?
you good on the old hawk and like.
Yeah.
Seen you on your stories, tapping the doors, getting the old jobs in.
Listen, I'm the world's best salesman. That's why I've got gold teeth in my mouth, man. With diamonds in it.
Is there anyone you look up to in the bare knuckle?
There's one person that I've always looked up to and always admired that really, really motivated me to continue doing my bare knuckle fighting. But he's not on BKFC. His name is Jimmy Sweeney.
Really?
You know Jimmy Sweeney. Yeah, me and Jimmy Sweeney, I've spoken with Jimmy a lot. I've met Jimmy a good few times. He is a great fighter. I love his style. I love the way I just love his show. It's just a perfect fighter, mate. Do you know what I mean? I know he's taken a few losses. He's getting a little bit like, I don't want him to take no disrespect to, obviously, like, age gets to everyone, doesn't it? So obviously, you know, it's a shame to see him get older. But in his prime, mate, I'm telling you, that man is unbeatable. He is unbeatable, bruv. And he is a man I look up to in the bare knuckle game massively. But if you're talking about BKFC, a great guy to look up to would, I mean, do you know what? I don't really give other fighters credit. I don't like giving other fighters credit, apart from Jimmy Sweeney. I only really like to give myself credit. But if I'm gonna say there's someone that's really, really made me think, do you know what? He's a fucking good fighter. That has got to be the Juggernaut Hunt. The Juggernaut Hunt. What's his name? Lorenzo Hunt. Yeah, he is an absolute fucking beast, man. Like literally, like the way he fights, he's like the bare knuckle Mike Tyson, mate.
He's like a tank, isn't he?
He's like the bare knuckle Mike Tyson, mate. Walk for any man, like literally. And the
His
way he
just been announced tonight.
But his mindset, yeah. He come like he's got the eye of the tiger, baby. He's got the eye of the tiger. That's what you need in this game. That's what I've got. If you ain't got the eye of the tiger, you ain't getting nowhere. Definitely not. I mean, I know I lost my last fight, but at least I come in with the eye of the tiger, and at least I put, like you said, I got performance of the night. Did I not?
Yeah, it was that you and Danny Christie, wasn't it? Teddy
Danny Christie.
John Nick.
So who did Danny Christie fight again?
Teddy Brazier.
They had a fucking fair fight, did they?
Yeah. Didn't you watch his fight, Danny Christie and Teddy Brazier?
I only really was interested in my fight, to be quite honest. I mean, obviously, I watched the highlights of the other fights. I know, obviously, I've heard of Danny Christie follows me on Instagram. I follow him back. I watch some of his content. I think he's a good guy, yeah. But also, Tony Giles is my best mate. So, obviously, if them two end up having a fight, I think there's a bit of animosity between them two. Obviously, Tony's my pal. I've got to back Tony, but I've got no problem with any other fighters. But, yeah, that fight I had with John Hick, man. I mean, 5 solid rounds of pure skill. And literally, he, obviously, as you know, is best mates with Conor Tierney. Yeah, they're good pals, right? So you think coming all the way from Birmingham, Conor Tierney is the co-main event, yeah, right? And his mate is John Hick. You think the amount of tickets they sold between them, yeah? So I weren't only fighting John Hick, I was fighting against the crowd as well. I was fighting against his crowd. So I only managed to sell like 160 tickets, yeah? When I walked out on that thing, I was getting booed straight away, yeah, by all of his fans. But once we started fighting, I remember my dad telling me after, they soon shut up when they saw me. They were getting scared for Hick because they thought at one point in round 3, I was getting the better of him. I was bettering him in round 3. I was counter fighting him and boxing him properly. And I got comfort in the ring. I got comfortable and I started showboating and I started making him miss. And you know, making it look good and that, and putting on the show. And then every time he threw a punch and he missed and he didn't connect, everyone was going, way, way. But everyone was on his side at first. Everyone was going, Johnny, 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 like that. And I couldn't hear my name at all because he had such a big fucking crowd. And then when it got to round 3, that's when his crowd quietened down. I couldn't hear him no more because that's when I knew I was getting near on getting the better. I had a good corner man, mate. I had Tom Little in my corner, mate.
You know, Tom.
And Tom's a fucking beast himself. I know.
He wants to come over, doesn't he?
He wants to come over to BKFC, mate. He would be a great fucking addition to BKFC. Yeah. Trust me, he's got the mindset there, mate. He's the sort of fella that they fight any man. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I think would be good as well for like fighters like yourself and like him? Press conferences, mate. Like they should have a press conference like the boxing where the fighters can interact with each other and have a bit of banter and show the character. Mate. You know what I mean?
A bit more exposure, a bit more like publicity, a bit more how do I say it? Like more of a kick up the arse for fucking following. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There needs to be more exposure. I mean, look, I haven't heard anything from BKFC apart from the fight offer. You know, I haven't really, apart from what David Feldman credited me and said, you put on an absolute great show. He was astounded about how good, like, he weren't expecting it, what he saw. Yeah, because all I was doing the whole time before that fight was telling David Feldman, how good I was and how good I was going to be on the night. Yeah, but he probably gets told that by every single fighter. So I know that. Yeah. So, but I said to him, no, but seriously, you don't understand what this means to me. I said, I'm really going to put on the show. And I did. I took it 5 rounds. So there you go.
Yeah, it was class fight. Would you ever want that rematch?
Well, I've actually messaged John Hick personally asking him for a rematch. I've also called him out on my social media. And I didn't get no reply. And no disrespect to John Hick, mate, because he won, and look, it could have gone either way. You know, it was hard for me to suck up a little bit to see it go his way, but it went his way. Yes, I would like to rematch him. I don't think John Hick would rematch me, but that easily, purely from the fact that he knows you come that close to me beating him, that close. Yes, and he don't want that. Listen, he said to me after, right, and this is the God's honest truth, you can even ask him. He said to me after, the doctor said that I fractured his cheekbone with the right hand, right? And he said to me outside in the smokers bit where everyone has a beer and everyone has, a chat. He said, out of all of my 30 amateur fights, he said, out of all of my fights I've ever had, he said, you have been my hardest fight. And do you know what that meant to me? That meant something big to me because out of 30 fights, fuck me, mate, and I was his hardest fight and I ain't even had one amateur fight. Yeah? Goes to show what I am, innit?
Yeah, it's good, mate. So, very good.
There you go.
It's a bit mad, really, because you've got, like, I know you've said you've done a lot of training, which makes up. You've got very good boxing technique and footwork, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm a natural, that's why. But also, what you've also got to remember is this: it doesn't matter. It actually really doesn't matter about amateur fights. It doesn't matter how many amateurs you had. It doesn't matter how many boxing fights. You can be a natural boxing. Yeah. You could be a natural boxing. And when I was training throughout that fight camp, I was training with the best down in the south. Yeah. Down in the south of England. Yes. And I was traveling to and from one side of the south of England to the other to train with like the likes of Tom Little, who was teaching me things that he got taught by Ben. What's his name? That taught Billy Joe Saunders. Ben Davidson. So he had his techniques of. Tom Little said to me he wanted a bit more time with me. He didn't get enough time with me. Tom Little said to me if he had just a little bit more time with me, I would have beat John Hick. I would have put it all over him more. Like I would look better. But it didn't. Unfortunately, he didn't get enough time with me. But this time round, he's going to. Okay. And then also I was traveling down to Panthers Boxing Club. And down there, everyone in there is either a European champion, Commonwealth champion, or a national champion, or or been in the Olympics, or they're very, very, very good fighters. And I was sparring with the very, very good boys in there. Twice a week I was sparring, but I got let down by someone. So there's actually a boxing club on my estate, which is called Camley Boxing Club, and yeah, they trained me. But do you know what? I'm not going to go into it because I'm a bit disappointed they didn't ring me on the week of the fight, and that's because I believe I'm not going to go into it because it could cause some rows around here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no one ain't going to cause no row with me. I put it that way. If someone comes to my door, they know what they get. They get fucking boxed in the mouth, bro. but like what I'm saying is, it might cause a row between one and another. So I don't want to say nothing. But yeah. So I don't give a fuck from no one, bro. I swear. Honestly.
I see it. Yeah, you like a smoke as well. Do you still like a smoke, Ellis?
What, smoking a weed?
Yeah.
I've stopped smoking weed now. Because purely from the fact I'm fighting in February.
Can you just turn it on and off like the weed?
I can literally I'm mind strong, you see.
Yeah.
I can, but I only smoke Cali. I don't smoke anything other than Cali. Yeah, if it ain't Cali, don't bring it to me. Like, I don't want to know if it's not Cali weed. Yeah, like, it has to be the top weed. I've just recovered from a chest infection anyway. But everyone's had it, innit they? Everyone across the whole country's had it. Because this time of year, innit? I'm a massive conspiracist, man. I'm not gonna go into my conspiracies on here, but
mate, I spoke about what I know, mate. My fucking podcast would get took down.
Trust me, mate. Like, literally, honestly,
mate.
My brain speculates that these conspiracies.
That's through the smoking. It's through the smoking that when you speak.
Yeah. That's when it comes to me. That's when it all comes. That's when it all comes to me. You see, like, so I've got some mad conspiracy. So a conspiracy is a possibility. It's not. So a conspiracy is something that could potentially be, but there's no proof of it. But
it's definitely happening.
So people can't call you crazy when you say you believe in something. So some of the stuff I was going on about in my story earlier, you can go back and have a look at it. Yeah, like, there's some of my conspiracies that I believe in. You know, like the lizard people and all that.
Yeah,
I ain't going to embarrass myself like talking about that. But fuck.
Flat earth.
But yeah, but put it this way. Right? And now, have you seen Kung Fu Panda, haven't you?
Yeah.
Right. So, hold on a minute. The past is history. The future is a mystery. But the present is a present for a reason. And that's what it is now. That's where we are. We're the present. You've got a present. You're looking at one. And I'm looking at one too. Yeah. And we, as humans, yeah, we're living our lives. Yeah. And we are blessed enough to be here right now in the flesh. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah,
we're here now. And I'm enjoying this moment. That's why I've got a big smile on my face. Because that's why it's called the present. It's called the present because of that reason. Yeah? The past is the past for a reason. If you live in the past, you'll always live in misery. But live in the present. Live in the present and don't worry about the future because it's a mystery. You could die tomorrow. Just enjoy your life. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Look, at the end of the day, I've had a fucking traumatic. I've had a lot of traumatic things happen in my lifetime. I've been around the block for my age, especially, a good few times. I'm obviously going to prison and stuff like that. I've had a lot of traumatic stuff going on, which has made me very, very, very mentally strong. Yeah, so that's why, you know, I am a bare knuckle fighter, as they say. You know, you have to be a certain somebody to be a bare knuckle fighter.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
Definitely, mate. You know what I mean? So, there you go.
But bro, we're going to have to wrap it up in a minute because I've got another podcast on in 12 minutes.
Okay, mate. No worries, man. No worries. It's cool. It's good to talk to you.
100%, mate. We're in touch with each other now, mate. So we'll keep in contact. And anytime you want to jump on, mate, just give me a buzz.
Yeah. Hold on a minute. I've just realised That's from Kung Fu Panda, ain't it? Someone's put.
Yeah, they're all,
that is from.
all
That's right.
commenting.
It
People
is from
asking.
It is from Kung Fu Panda, and that's where I got it from. But do you know what? That quote is a very good quote. Okay, so that's why I believe in that quote. And I've only just fucking realised people are commenting on this shit, man.
Yeah.
I've only just realised this. Good, thank you. All good. Thanks. Good. Oh, you. All right. Okay. So that. Right. Anyway, listen. Look, I know you got to wrap up. Look, God bless people. The ones that have tuned in to listen to what I've had to say today. Please follow me on Instagram, Ellis_BKFC Shepherd 1. Yeah, you will see the bestest character, bestest content that you'll ever see, and any character in any BKFC fighter. They don't bring what I bring to the table. Let me tell you, John Hick does not bring to the table what I bring to the table, apart from his 3 punches that he beat me with on that night. Yeah, extra. That's the only thing he brings to the table more. I was the more exciting fighter. I was the better fighter. People were looking at me like I got this pink hair, I got the flair, I got these glistening shorts, right? They're looking at me, mate. I had the heads turning, mate. It was about me, yeah. Look, at the end of the day, right? Put it this way, right? John Hick held the center of the ring very well. I was doing all the movement, yeah. So I was burning out. Round 5. I was a little bit like I said to you, dehydrated. I was dehydrated. Around 5, it got to me, and that's where John Hick done me, because he was naturally fighting at his natural way, and I wasn't fighting at my natural way. That's why he done me, right? So, but look, I can't, like I said, I can't live in the past. I got to live in the present. The future's a mystery, right? And the next fight is going to be an absolute explosion, because every fight I have is an explosion. Yeah. And I'm going to make sure that me signing this contract is no fucking waste to no one. And it's going to waste no one's time watching me fight. So tune in, get your fucking, honestly, I swear to God, mate, I fight like an absolute horse. And I got a punch like an horse kick and all. That I literally bust man's teeth out of their faces, bro. All right. So, okay. So there you go. All right, the grafter has spoken. God bless you.
On, brother. Take care, my man.
Take care. Yeah, we'll speak. We'll speak on Instagram. All right.
Yeah, 100%, bro. All the best, brother.
God bless. God bless. Bye bye.
Mate. Bye bye. Nice one, everyone, for tuning in there. I'm gonna put freaking hell. Gonna put Ellis's Instagram and the social medias in the description. So make sure you head over there and follow his journey, innit? Kid's a very exciting fighter, brings a lot of character in that. So make sure you go and support him on his journey. Be much appreciated, people. And hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care. Good night. God bless.